Are you going places or left behind without a travel companion? Listen to how you can travel more independently. Dr. Mary Travelbest will bring you the best tips and her travel mistakes so you can benefit.
Welcome to Dr. Mary Travelbest's special episode, Level 5 Travel. In this episode, the FAQ is, what's the most challenging trip so far for Dr. Travelbest? This special episode is about Level 5 travel, the most difficult. Lesson learned is about getting a tow, and the tip is to stay informed by tuning into local news early. First, the FAQ. The most challenging trip so far for Dr. Travelbest has not been traveling during COVID. I'm trying to flatten the curve in a small way. I'd like to be traveling every week, going somewhere new, and what an adventure that will be. However, I've been patient and waiting until the bans are lifted, and we'll have lots of travel ahead. Today's independent destination is Level 5. This travel to the countries that I've been to would be considered Level 5, include Thailand, Taiwan, China, Korea, and Chile. This is the peak level, or the most difficult level of all. Many of the listeners today will not make this kind of trip, but it's always a challenge to learn what's available and dream about it. I've been to different continents, all but Antarctica, and these Level 5 difficult countries are not recommended for most U.S. citizens to travel. For example, regions of Asia or Africa can be impossible to visit, like North Korea. Level 5 difficult travel is about getting out and having unique experiences in nature with countries you may not even know how to spell, and to see people who are very different than you are. If you are headed on a journey that is Level 5, I want you to be prepared for anything, including losing your passport, luggage, and cash. You want to have copies of everything important in a safe place and a backup ready for when you might need it. However, you may also combine Level 5 with another level. If you're headed to a country that is on this list, be sure to get all your documents prepared in advance, including birth certificate, passport, and any vaccinations that are required or may be in the future. You may need a permit to visit the region, so ask. In Tibet, only tour groups are allowed, and all tourism is currently closed during the pandemic. For travel to Mongolia, you will need a visa and passport that has more than 6 months until it expires. Do keep checking the show notes to see any further news on vaccines. Now, I've not been to places that take 4 days to get to from the USA, but they do exist on our planet. This is Level 5 planning at best. My woman friend, Sandy, is a scuba diver who goes on remote locations on small islands in the Indian Ocean. This takes time and energy, and you've got to really plan to make it a success. I'd like to hear about your trip. Please share it with my travel group on Facebook, especially if it's a Level 5 trip. Today's lesson learned, getting a tow can be okay. Here's the situation. I'm age 13 and in a canoe rowing the same stretch of water for what seems like hours. The current was just too strong and it was impossible to keep going in the same direction. This was a Girl Scout camp on Long Island and it was a 3-day canoe trip. Getting a tow from a nearby speedboat not only helped us move forward, it also gave us confidence we would finish our trip. In the long run, the lesson was healthy. Now for today's travel advice. Stay ahead of local news. You could read a newspaper, even if it's online, on where you're going next. Here are 3 reasons to read a local newspaper. Number 1, learn if there are any special events happening that you would not want to miss. Number 2, in advance, find out if there's a crowd expected or a traffic alert that could prevent you from your activity. And number 3, be able to have a conversation with a local on things that are going on in the locale. Today, I want to bring meaning to your travel. So thank you for listening to the world's first guide to independent travel with Dr. Mary Travelbest. If you want to know more, just search and you'll find me everywhere on the web. Helping women travel best is my goal. So please send me your travel questions so I can help you and others too. I'm looking for you to travel best, so go ahead, let me know what's on your bucket list.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.